Welcome to the Rev Mel Show on TalkingSexRadio.com. Log in to chat your questions. Rev Mel.
Your flicks.
My flicks? That's not what they call them? These
I don't know. I call them, and you know what?
Flicks. Flicks is a good name. I like it because it's like
yeah.
They check your flicks. I like your flicks. They got little blingies on them.
But I bet you I can do something to my flicks that you can't do to your flicks.
I cannot shove my flicks in my vagina because I don't have a vagina. Those don't even have lenses?
No.
You're just looking distinguished, you dirty slut. I love you.
I know.
Hi, everybody.
I started it. I started this fashion 4 years ago, and now everybody fucking is following.
Now you just need to like get some glaucoma or something, and then they'll pop some lenses in there. You'll get your medical marijuana card, and you'll be fucking, you'll be just TSR.
No, marijuana I do.
Pretty much.
I
used up all my tokens a long time ago. I can't smoke any. I've been sober. You know, I've been sober now for a long time.
Yeah, I understand. I was going to give you some Albanian hooch, but then I
No.
Yeah.
You guys get to do that on my behalf because I've used up all my weed and alcohol tokens.
Yeah, this is Albanian hooch.
What the fuck's up with pig nose? And why is it looking at me longingly? Look at the nose. Look, she loves it. No, come here. Come here. Come here. Look, come here. Come here. Look at that fucking nose. Come here. Look at that. Oh my God! My name's Wilbur. I'm Wilbur the pig. No. Oh.
Oh my God.
What? Sorry.
My daughter. I will never let you watch the show.
Who is that guy touching my baby?
She goes, yeah, you think they were going to let you take care of my grandchildren?
Cheers. Rev Mel Show.
Yay. Yeah.
It's been a long time, baby. How you doing?
Good. Let me tell you a little history about Count Boogie and TSR Network. When we started to broadcast live TV shows, he was always at the studio. It was in my apartment in Valley Village. And he created all of the amazing bumpers we can't use much anymore because they all have my cell phone number on.
I used to do radio. I used to do a lot of radio, and we do those bumper things. And I was talking to someone earlier, and I made those like 5 years ago.
Longer than that.
Yeah. You know what the average lifespan on the bumper is?
A month?
A week. Bitch, you're still using them same dog-ass bumpers I made 5 years ago.
But they're amazing.
Yes, they were amazing for a week. You gotta let it go, and now bring people in that make new bumpers and new
They're amazing.
Rev Mel. Did anal a long time ago. Do you still do anal?
No.
It is gonna be that type of show, by the way.
Do you do anal?
I do.
You do? Do you like it?
I do.
You like your prostrate just like
you? Oh, you mean me take it?
Yeah, you take it.
No, not since I was 7. God. I swore off it after that. I said, this guy didn't even call me back. There was no cuddling. I felt awkward. Then there was adolescence. I tried to kill myself over it. I just said, no more anal for me. No, I mean, an occasional, like, hey, what's it feel like to just, shove a candle or something up my ass? And then it feels real awkward, and you're just like, ah.
Well, it all depends on how it's done. You gotta breathe.
If I gotta hype myself into something, I'm just gonna let it go and stick with stuff I enjoy. But I'm glad it works for you.
No. I become a porpoise.
See, that's an anal sex joke. Porpoise, I turn in. I love that. I love you.
Were you on the show with the vampire that didn't show up and that ended up showing up? Were you on that show? I think you and Sylvantar.
The vampire that showed up and didn't. I thought vampires were fictitious creatures that don't actually exist.
Oh, I gotta bring.
Oh, you mean the role play vampire people?
Yeah. Did you were on that show? I had you read What Makes You a Vampire, and you were hysterical.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't. I wasn't stoned. I just, there's a limit, Long-term memory goes, a little shorter than 5 years. But
So what did you do on the radio?
That was a long time ago. I mean, other than imaging in the last years, I've done some imaging and, little doodads and stuff like that for different shows. But in the late 90s, I was an on-air personality at KROQ in Los Angeles. And
What was your stage name?
Booger Man.
Booger.
I was Booger Man, yes. Yes,
so
indeed.
What was Booger Man known for?
I was known for being very rude and crass and not understanding that this was my big shot and being
like
a psycho and fucking it all up.
No.
No, I'm much more of a team player now. But yeah, back then I just completely... I mean, I had just come out of homelessness, Christian minister, divorce, and then KROQ, big times. And I had no idea what was going on. And
we should do something viral.
Hey,
no, not that
hey,
kind of
I have a condom song I will be singing about proper condom use and the real reason. I had no viral. Hey, I like...
Hey, you guys, if you're watching the show and you're not in the chat room, just click on TSR Network, or I think it's Talking Sex Radio, because we have Talking Sex Radio, TSR Network, and we have the Real 50 Shades of Grey that comes to TSR Network, because we're hitting everything. We're going to put Safe, Sane, and Consensual over there, too, so it's going to hit everything. But come into the chat room, and if you're watching from FetLife, there's a link that says chat room. Just click on that. It will open up this pop-up window. Come in and join the chat, because it's going to get really fucking wacky.
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 That's like current hardcore vernacular for wacky. We just need those little, like, some horns, because we're going to get wacky. Zany. Now that's a word, Mel.
Zany?
That's a word. Well, you can roll with zany. You're fucking on top of it.
Well, I want to get you viral. I want to start posting whatever happened to Boogie Man. It was K-Sex, right?
K-Sex?
Was it? Well, no.
Wow, man.
I got it. Talk about.
You talking about my brain? You're a K-Sex with Boogie Man.
I was on K-Sex.
Rick D's in the mornings, yeah.
Oh, Rick D's in the morning. She was so hot that she made me write bad checks. Whoa, see?
Yeah, flashbacks on that one.
Yeah,
Is there anybody in the chat room now that wants to chime in?
There was a few people. They're wandering in and out. So
Are they scared?
I think they're scared.
You can ask me any question about anything, and I swear that I will not be shocked, and we will talk about it. Anything. Anything. You got balls? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, Mel. I came here to talk about stuff.
You want to talk about your balls? You got big balls and little balls.
I'll sing a song about my dick.
Okay, but we'll wait on that.
Okay,
I want to interview you, because the last bit of the time that we're going to have is all going to be you.
You're just going to leave?
Yeah, I'm going to leave.
You're going to leave? I don't know how to work the thing, though. I don't know how to work the chat thing.
The chat thing? You move it up and down. That's what she said.
You move it up and down.
So, yeah, if we start posting everywhere, like on Twitter and Facebook, where is Boogie Man now? Then
nobody will care.
Yeah, people will research it.
No, it's too long ago. Nobody hunts down Booger Man. Nobody.
Were you 12?
It's in 98.
Did we have internet then? Yeah, we had internet.
Now I'm famous for my amazing BDSM comedy videos that have been seen all over the fucking world by like 5-7 people. Norway.
No.
One person in Norway. Maybe one in Canada. Are there any Canadians watching?
Okay, we have.
Because I know at least one.
We have guests 5, 7, 4. They don't know how to. They go. So how many people are on? We don't know. Guess.
1 million people now. You are part of a swarm. We're all together.
Guess 574 says the fisting song. You're gonna have to stick around and wait.
The fisting song.
Yeah, they want to hear the fisting song.
Well, I'm gonna play the fisting song.
Oh, well, you know what? I'm gonna keep my underwear on.
Baby, have you ever been fisted?
No.
Why not?
Because I got the little teeny pussy.
Well, you play with women, right?
I don't let them piss me. No, I don't play with women anymore. I haven't played.
Mel. You're awesome. You're a love goddess. You're a fucking love goddess. People love you. They think you're amazing. Why aren't you playing? Are you too mature for it? Have you grown out of it? Are you too good to be kinky?
No, I'm picky. Picky.
I'm going to say something.
A mister should always.
Whenever you hear someone say picky, that usually means other things. That means you're telling yourself. That's like the people that are like, fuck Miley Cyrus, that little cunt. Oh, she's so trashy. Or Madonna. People used to trash on Madonna. Oh, how trashy. I would never fuck her. I would never fuck her. That's called creating a false morality because you can't get none. So you just say, no. They're beneath me. They're beneath me.
No, I never.
You need to get out there.
I never said anybody was beneath me.
You need to get out there. Lower your standards, Mel.
You mean go from 6'8" to 6'2"?
That's a start. That's a start. Do we have people out there in the world? Do you get love letters and fan letters?
I get mistress. I would love to be your service slave.
Nice.
Oh. And then I asked them, do you do windows? And
What is it with windows?
And the last guy.
It's dark in here. You don't even have windows. Let him come in and eat your pussy. What the fuck, Mel? God.
So
Lower your standards. Make them wear a mask. You got 800 fucking masks over here. Just put a sissy boy in a goddamn mask. Here, you can wear like this. Here, put this on. I am Mysterious Mel. Mysterious Mel.
I had a feeling you would find these.
And I would be Butterfly Boogie.
Yeah, these are like.
Why do these not have strings? What?
Well, you picked the one I have.
Is this
straight.
the retard thing where you have to kind of, there, take me down my head?
There, I got the string. Hello.
Hello.
Let's be the puppet heads.
The puppet heads?
Kinky puppet heads.
Let's get Mel laid. That's what we need. Hi, my name's Count Boogie, CountBoogie.com. We need to get this woman a fat dick and cider cooch really, really soon. If you can accomplish that, please enter the chat room right now and say, I have a penis. And then we're going to grade your penis. Actually, she's going to grade your penis. And then you're going to get laid. That's how it works, Mel. You already told me you don't want sex?
So everybody in the chat room, we went the last time, they go, this is totally exit to Eden. Paint my house.
I don't paint houses.
Neither do I.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Oh, Exit to Eden. It was. I think it's that movie about the guy that was going, but I love you. Not.
I do love you, Mel, and that's why I'm going to get you laid.
Have you had a crush?
We're going to get you laid. Wait. Well, I mean.
Have you had a crush on me?
Who's the sound guy? The sound guy's attractive.
Ray.
Ray, you're a handsome fella.
Not only is Ray a handsome.
Do you want to saddle up on Mel? I can pimp you out.
Not only is Ray a handsome man, he is a smart man.
Smart.
He knows better not to get hooked up with me.
I'm like, no, you want to lower the standards, Mel. You want like borderline Asperger's, fucking retard with a dick that just is like, I'll do anything. Because they're easy to send away.
Oh.
They're easy to send away. I just don't even know where we're going.
I have to have chemistry.
So dump some Drano on them. I don't fucking know.
So are we going to sit with these things on all night?
No, it's actually getting quite bored with that.
Me too.
But don't, because we don't want killer pig nose. Oh, look, now the dog's running from me. Ooh, come here, piggy.
This is going to
Come here, piggy. Who's I loving the piggy? Come here. I have kibbles. That dog doesn't love me anymore.
Oh God, I miss not having all my 5 cameras working.
Damn it. Oh, we're back. We're back.
Yeah. So what have you been up to?
I have been doing a lot of stuff.
Like what?
A lot of fun stuff. Well, I'm just starting to get back into doing shows and getting out my guitar and singing all my weird, messed up songs, and that's been a lot of fun. Hitting some of the comedy clubs and stuff like that, and that's been a great time. I started as an educator. I now speak at colleges, and do panels like the BDSM panels.
Who are you doing them with?
I do that with the Center for Positive Sexuality.
Uh-huh.
I hope I said that correctly.
Yeah, you did.
Which is an awesome organization. They do all sorts of panels, sexual diversity panels, transgender. They cover pretty much everything, and it's awesome because it's that outreach, and you've done a lot of that stuff for years, and I'm just now getting into it, and it's just amazing because you go into this college campus and there's just 100 young people that are just making their way in the world, about to branch out, and it's so important to have a group of people tell them that they're not freaks if they have kinky desires, and to be able to talk about that and talk about risk-aware consensual kink and talk about people that they may know that may go through it, so we can talk about tolerance and really explaining the dynamics of what we do. I love that.
I'm paying attention to you. I'm just saying hello in the chat room so we can get some dialogue going.
But anyway, that's been really exciting. I really enjoy doing that. They have a really great program, and it's great. And most of the kids, they ask the same 10 questions. What's the freakiest thing you've ever done? What do your parents think of this? Blah blah blah. But now they ask like better questions
because they read 50 Shades of Shit.
Hey, you know what?
No.
Miss I Need to Get a Dick. That's your new name, Miss I Need to Get a Dick. That whatever that book was, it's just a romance novel, whatever.
It's done a lot for our community.
It got 20 million people to start talking about kink and BDSM and to start exploring. And yes, maybe it sends them off on a weird road or whatever, but at least people are now engaged in talking about it. And so for that, I've never read the book. I don't care to read the book.
Well, one time in my class at the Lear Assad, I had 15 new people, and 10 of them read the book. Sure. 10.
Absolutely.
So it's really, and then the movie's coming out.
Right.
So that's why we have the real 50 Shades of Grey, that I bought a long time ago. Because when that movie comes out, people are going to be typing in, all that sort of stuff, and will pop up, and it'll be good for TSR Network.
Sure.
But the thing is that educating the newbies is so important in our community.
Well, absolutely, because they're going to come in. I mean, it's the same as with anything, but when people come in, it's like I try to tell people, because I was the same way, you were the same way. You don't know what you don't know until you know that you don't know it. Mm-hmm. So you can't come in and think that you're going to be. It's like if I go to my mechanic, and my mechanic says, Boogie, I got to fix your car because there's a small gremlin wearing a butt plug, and the butt plug is keeping him from farting the magic unicorn dust that makes your engine roll. I wouldn't know if he was lying. I don't know fucking shit about cars.
Yeah.
I would have to trust him. If his shit sounds good, I'm going to be like, well, I guess get in there and pull out that butt plug and get that stuff going. I don't want to be there for that. Here's the money. There's a certain point where you have to trust people, and when you have an experience to where people can now manipulate you and know that you're new and kind of know that you come in from the 50 Shades of Grey idea and that you've read these romance novels and you have the visions of it being this this magical way, and people can manipulate you. And you can end up getting hurt and kind of used and whatever. Not that getting hurt and used isn't what we do here anyway, but there's the good hurt and then there's the bad hurt.
So I remember when you first started coming to the Lear Assad when you were brand new.
Absolutely.
That was exciting. He was hysterical. He was always on, always hysterical. And you've come a long way.
I have.
Yeah.
And now look at where we are now.
Yeah, with the best flicks that he's wearing.
Back on with my flicks.
Flicks.
And you're needing dicks.
You're needing dicks?
Flicks and dicks. Chicks with dicks. Do you fuck trannies?
No.
Okay.
It's not that I don't have anything against it. I just,
it's just not your bag. Okay, that's fine.
At this moment, it's not my cup of tea.
I do this all the time at Threshold. I'm like, because I'm there a lot, and so I'm like the pimp matchmaker. So I'm always like, what's your orientation? Are you okay? You bottom to men, women? What do you do? Okay, you do whatever. And then because some people, because I'm kind of, is gregarious? What's the word? What is Ray? You're smart. Gregarious is like kind of
out there.
Yeah, out there.
It likes to be around a lot of people.
I don't like. Yeah, no, I'm not
that. It just likes
sometimes
to be Big. Gregarious.
Okay, big. Yeah, okay, great. Gregarious. I don't have a problem with
my
talking to
God.
people. So when I go to the dungeon, it's like some people, they want to play or they're kind of nervous and they just need that little push.
Yeah.
So I'll literally just go up and be like, hey, you're a top and you're a bottom. Have you guys talked about playing? And then I do this. Well, if you ever see me at the dungeon doing this, that means why don't you guys talk? Why don't you guys just talk? And I can't tell you how many times that's all people need is just that little permission to have that conversation with someone. And most of the time they end up going and maybe not playing that night, but sometimes playing that night or going.
Then how come you don't matchmake me?
I'm doing that right now.
Okay.
Rev Mel needs some dick.
Remember, I need someone tall.
And now, okay, let's get to your.
And it's really gonna. I don't want to offend you, but I've got to have hair on the head. I don't know what to do with the ears. You know, I really don't.
Bitch, don't grab my ears. I know what the fuck I'm doing. Don't tell me I don't know how to eat no pussy. I know what I'm doing. Don't grab my ears.
So we have people in the chat room. We have Under Ogre. I don't know if that's Ogre.
Unger? Ogre?
Ogre. Unger Ogre. Yeah.
I think I know what that is.
And then we have that's not John Ogre, is it?
No.
This is who?
Just let them be who they are.
Oh, they're saying that you pimp all the time.
I do. See?
Yeah. They say yes, he does.
I am a love pimp.
Yeah. Love.
Everyone needs to get out there and have some fun. Everyone, give yourself permission to say to someone. It's you know what it really is we're so butthurt about rejection and the fear of being rejected, that we never do anything. Where in my industry, everything I do is about rejection, and that's part of what you go on to the next thing and you find better things because it's like you live in that pain of rejection and then you never do anything. Why not just get the damn rejection out of the way and someone says, nah, you're actually old and sloppy and your dick's probably limp, which is what they usually say to me. And then you go, okay, well, look at that. There I was rejected. Now I can move on to the next person and eventually someone says, oh, I like weird bald men with limp penises. Let's work that out. You don't like bald men with limp penises? What if I said I had 2 popsicle sticks strapped to the side of my cock?
You know I talk about chewed off pencil dicks.
No, it's fat. It's just
Oh, it's a tuna can pencil. It's a tuna can dick.
Tuna can. That would be awkward.
It is. Trust me, I know.
A tuna can.
Yeah, I know. Trust me. It's horrible.
Girl, that's a girth thing.
It's. I can't even explain it. Never mind.
It takes all kinds. You know, there's someone with a short uterus, and what? Hey, I'm just trying to get tuna can laid because tuna can needs love too.
Guest 574. Put your name in there. You know, you can go back out and sign out, and then when you get the guest again, you delete guest whatever the number is, and then you pick your icon and you just come in. Guest 574 said he set up my first topping scene.
I don't know who that is, but you know what?
I've asked the person to put their name in.
Yeah, I was sitting next to you while you were doing that. I was sitting right here when you asked. See, if you had more dick in your life.
Oh, then my life would be perfect.
You would be. I wouldn't go, quite that far. Would not, but definitely an improvement.
It's been a while.
Ray, do you get laid?
Here and there.
Here and there. Are you into guys, girls, barnyard animals? What do you do?
Yeah.
You're mostly women.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, exclusively.
Do you find that you're okay with the rejection and then you move past it? And
For the people that just tuned in, Ray is our TSR staff that is working. He's in the chat room. I think
he's in the chat. You don't want to be on camera?
I'll stay off camera for now.
All right, Ray's gonna stay off camera. Well, he can. Can you hear Ray back there on the thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Just pipe up, because I'm telling you, he's a handsome fella, and we want to get him laid too. I want to get everyone laid, because the more we get laid, the more we don't hate. If that's why we use religion to sexually repress people, because I'll tell you what, if you had a whole country of motherfuckers getting laid every day, they'd be like, I ain't fighting none of this shit. I'm getting laid.
Marijuana's doing that to people too.
It's making people look like a dead fish?
Yeah, they're like, hey man, I don't care what that.
Stop using pot if it makes you look like that.
I don't care what the government does as long as I get my free dough.
Dope.
Dope.
For dope. So now only rednecks smoke weed.
Oh,
Get her done. I'm gonna smoke me some dope out of an aluminum can, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take an aluminum can, a lawnmower, and a dildo, and I'm gonna put them all because rednecks are fucking creative, and I'm gonna make a lawnmower that'll fuck me and get me high while I'm trimming the yard. Get her done. Rednecks are creative. People make fun of rednecks all the time. They make the wackiest,
well,
coolest shit.
look at Duck. What is it? Duck.
Okay, I don't look at them.
They're billionaires.
They are. They
are creative. They are smart people. Daddy Duck got kicked off, and then they blackmailed. We'll take it somewhere else because they negotiated their contract perfect, where they have control over everything. All of the marketing, everything, they had control of, and MSNBC, whatever it was. See, they were going to lose it all. It's politics.
So you love Duck Dynasty?
I have never watched it, but I've seen the commercials. I've seen the interviews.
You just like that they kept their money.
I just like that they were, it's a perfect example.
Mm-hmm.
Never judge a book by its cover. You never know.
Absolutely.
You never know. And I've met some amazing people in BDSM. I mean, amazing minds. You're one of them. You've always impressed me. I mean, you are so fucking wacky and crazy. And so besides teaching, what else are you doing? What the comedy? Are you going to different comedy clubs?
I'm doing it right now, but I will play fucking anywhere. You got 5 people in a living room and want to give me a bottle of water, I will come and play. I just love playing, and I got all sorts of new songs and perversions that I'm doing, and I'm just putting the show together, and I'm getting out and playing, and just playing everywhere just to get the show together, and then I want to hit the road and go.
We just had Jen. I don't have my reading glasses on.
You got your fake ass bling glasses on. Maybe you ought to step up to some actual lenses.
I think it's Jenna. It's Genna.
She knows who the fuck she is. Just read the goddamn comment.
No, she didn't make a comment. They just popped. They're just watching. They're spellbound by your glorious essence. Uh-oh.
I'm watching you too. Jenna Unker. I'm watching you too. Do you like to be watched? What are you wearing? Can we phone sex? What do you call it when you do that?
Phone sex?
No, when you online, do they have a term for that? Because you phone sex, you're on phone, and then you text, you sex text, and you're texting. What is it when you Skype sex?
That's internet sex.
Are you interested in internet sex with me?
That's usually what webcams are for.
Are you? Webcams?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's cam with me. Cam with me.
My teeth are fucking yellow, man. What the fuck is that? Corn cob motherfucking plank? Fucking what the fuck is that? Do I have hair in my nose?
Oh, God.
Well, I can't usually check, and they got a monitor over there, so I'm like, I live in a motorhome, so I don't really have a mirror.
Unger Ogre says that's the last thing I need to see.
No, Unger, this is the last thing you need to see.
No.
What?
No.
Oh, sorry. I can't show my cock?
No.
Rev, I have waited 5 years. I didn't show my cock before, and I waited 5 years, and I said, I'm going to whip out my junk. I'm going to whip out my junk, and now I can't whip out my junk.
Jenna says, hi, Boogie. You can't whip out your cock because we're live on YouTube, and we're live on
Oh,
Google
right.
And we're getting out to the masses.
Can I pantomime whipping out my cock? Zip. Foo.
Needs to get busted.
This is me pantomiming whacking my cock on the table. Oh, this is me taking my giant bulbous penis over to Rev Mel because she needs it. And this is me giving it to her.
Prosthetics.
Listen, and here's me wrapping my giant cock around her head. Oh, oh, and whapping her in the face with it. Oh, that's right, you're a dirty bitch, aren't you? Dirty bitch. And then me reeling it back in. Whoop, 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 whoop.
It's actually a horror movie.
Rolling it up.
Oh.
I feel closer to you now, Mel.
Oh, fuck.
I feel so much closer to you. If that excited you, you really need to get laid, Mel.
Stick around.
Stick around.
So we have, is that Lynn? I think that's an L-Y-N-N. Is that Lynn? Is that
Lynn. That's a good spelling for
yeah,
Lynn.
I'm looking.
Sure.
So,
Does Lynn say something?
No, they're just, you know,
So you're just acknowledging people for being there?
for coming into the chat room.
That's like giving a kid a trophy for coming in last place. Fucking say something. Jesus Christ, welcome to the chat room. Now say some shit. Ask some questions.
Ask some questions of Boogie. Come on.
Just make up some shit. I don't care. Ask me about plumbing. I'll make up some shit. I don't care.
So you're still called Camp Boogie?
Camp Boogie.
Camp Boogie.
Count Boogie. CountBoogie.com. And now you can follow me on Twitter. Because check this out.
Congratulations.
Check this out. Not only am I on Twitter, I just broke a milestone.
You have 10.
40.
Oh, wow.
40 followers. That's right, bitch. Suck it. Suck it. I got 40 followers. 40. I had 30. Well, I had 40, and then yesterday someone's like, fuck this guy. This is just fuck this guy. And then it went to 39, and I was like, oh, man. Now, what am I going to do?
I think I'm your friend now. I sent you a friend request from TSR.
On Twitter?
On Twitter. Yeah.
Okay.
So So
that's not you and then TSR, because then that would actually be like...
Well, Rev Mel is me.
Right.
But I don't think Rev Mel is your friend.
I can tell that. I just wrap my giant bulbous cock around your neck and we're not friends.
I really should make you my friend on Rev Mel, because she has close to, I think, 3,000 followers.
You have 3,000 Twitter followers?
Yeah. And then
whatever. My 40 are a passionate 40.
And I think
they're dedicated.
And both of my Facebooks, I think I have like 2,000 or 3,000 followers.
On Twitter. Well, what do you do? Do you tweet? Do you say like, hey man, I'm eating some hummus today?
I'm starting to tweet again. What I was doing, I was focusing on the Rev Mel show, so I wasn't tweeting enough on TSR Network. So now I've put everything to TSR Network, so we can tweet on TSR Network, but we have to build the followership. So I'm going to add you to, I think I added you to TSR Network.
Sure.
Yeah, I think I did.
Okay, so that's TSR. We're kind of trying to loosely plug things by talking about them, and then you get the hint and go and. But what is a Twitter? What do I just say? I'm Twitter at Count Boogie.
Yeah, it's really you want to hashtag it.
Hashtag?
Yeah, hashtag.
I don't get high anymore.
No.
But I had some good hash memories, man. We used to put that shit on a pin and then under the glass and it'd be all shit. Cool, man.
Yep.
Yeah, those were they were days. Yep. They were old. But no, so you smoke hash on Twitter?
No, they're called hashtags. It's the pound sign. So you do the pound sign, and you can do the pound sign anywhere on the internet. I'm serious. Pound. So you put it even on FetLife. You can put pound.
Right.
And your name with your website, and when anybody checks it, it automatically Google picks it up. So that is a way to get it out there. I mean, we've changed the way that we do TSR Network.
Well, we should probably talk about this off the air, because this is an incredibly boring discussion.
Do you guys think this is boring? Aren't you guys learning a lot?
Yeah, they're all like, we have our hashing tags.
And what would happen if all these people that are watching and the people that are not in the chat room, get your butts in the chat room, were watching this, and they went and they added your Twitter name to their Twitter account?
I might have 43.
Yeah. No, there's a lot more people.
43. Watching. Could you imagine? What would the responsibility every day? I'm like, well, I got to go say something. Like today I talked shit about the Blade Runner Pistorius that shot his girlfriend through the bathroom.
Oh, who threw up at the...
Yeah, hello. Former bulimic? Okay, let me tell you something, kids. I can drink a cap full of Ipecac and pretend that I'm sick at a gig. OJ pulled that shit. The fucking Beretta pulled that shit. Oh, I'm going to be sick.
Hey.
What?
Heather Rodnick on the chat room, she said, I just added him now, so now he has 41 followers.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that name just sounds like a sexy person.
Doesn't it sound sexy? Heather.
Heather, I want to be inside you.
So you could make up a song about Heather Rod. It's Rod.
Oh, I have.
Roderick.
Believe me, I have.
Heather.
Heather.
Roderick.
Heather.
What do you need?
I'm just saying, are you supposed to be reading people's last names?
Well, she wrote it.
Oh, okay. Then fine. Let's just stick with one name.
That might not be her real name.
It might not be.
Heather, is this your real name? If it is, we're gonna bleep it out. Bleep, bleep. No, is this your real name? You might get a lot.
She might
of
not have. You know, people might not. Do people know that, like, hey, we're gonna
She might
announce
be
you?
piggybacking on your 40 people just for she can get 40 extra people.
No, I think she wants me.
Does she want you?
I think she wants
It
me.
was that phantom
It was
cock.
that's right.
Yep.
She wants the limp,
Yep.
bulbous penis that
Yep.
wrapped around your neck.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Yeah, and if you're in the chat room and you're watching this, or you're watching this on any of the places where it's app, please tell your friends about this and tell them to come on in and join some fun.
Join some fun.
Yeah, this is fun.
Do you have any more great questions, or can I sing a goddamn song? I feel awkward.
Would you? I'm gonna put this up to the chat room. You guys want to hear me sing a song?
All fucking two of you.
No.
What? All two of you. Somebody's. I'm gonna sing a song.
You have
I
more
don't care.
people watching you than you have on Twitter.
Really?
Yeah.
Well then. What's up? Wait, someone wanted the fisting song.
Yeah.
All right, first. Okay. First, Ray. Look at it. He was already on it. He was already fucking on it. You are a smart motherfucker. Handsome too.
I'll tell you something. He is really smart because he will fix my lighting. He will fix my camera without me even saying. And I will say to do this, and he'll look at me and go, "No, it should be that way." He is good, and he doesn't put up with my shit.
You should give him a raise.
You want to fuck me?
See, look at it. Now we're getting there. Get the juices flowing.
Yes. Oh, they say that he is a sexy beast. Oh, you are a sex. Heather thinks you're a sexy beast.
Oh, she would know.
And yep, that is her name, and she would know. Do you know who she is?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I know her.
Yeah. And
I
then, yes,
know
they
her.
want to hear you sing a song.
Okay, everybody out there in TV land. Okay, first I want you to put a finger out like this. Do it with me. Ray, just put your finger over so they can. We got to see Ray's finger there too. Wait, come in. I'll tell you when you're not in. A little more.
More.
A little more. Okay, good. Put one finger, twirl it. Now put two fingers, twirl it. Now three. No, hold them together, Ray. You're definitely. That's a problem. Okay, now three. Now kind of give it a little twist here and there. Now put the fourth finger out. Good. Now give it a little twist. Now then tuck in the thumb just under it, kind of like that, and now make it like that, and then that. Oh, and then wait, Oh, and twist, and then twist. And now gently pull your hand away. I put my hand in your pussy and I make a fist. You get so wet I just can't resist. A sexual adventure for an uber horny chick. I'm stretching your vag but being careful of your cervix. Everybody, fisting, whoa. For the girl that needs girth, this does the trick. Fisting, whoa. Cause no human dick could ever be this thick. She needs to relax, and so do you. Make sure you have consent and a whole lot of lube. It takes a lot of trust to make it work great. Not something I would recommend you try on a first date. Maybe in a second now. Sing along! Fisting, whoa. For the girl that needs girth, this does the trick. Go, Mel! Cause no human dick could ever be this thick. Focus, patience, never force it, more lube, communicate, never force it, almost there, just relax, never force it, here it goes. You got it in, she's in orgasmic bliss. An amazing thing to see a woman take a whole fist. Don't worry guys, it'll go back to shape, cause the hoo-ha was designed to squirt out of babe. Alright, vaginas! Fisting, whoa. For the girl that needs girth, this does the trick. Rev Mel, could you please pretend like you're paying attention to me? Please, Rev. Fisting, whoa. You seem so interested. Fisting, whoa. Because no human dick could ever be this
listening. No human being could ever be listening. 41 people are listening. No human being could ever be listening. Come on, Dick, bring it up. Yay, vaginas! And it works on asses, too. Woo!
I text my next door neighbor.
I'm like, you're just the whole time. I'm like, oh, yay! And you're all like this.
I said, I hope
You're,
not.
here,
I
give
said,
me
I
this.
hope
Give me this. Give me this. You're all like this. You're all, yeah, what's this fucking guy, man? Yeah, I got this guy on my show, and he's picked up the dog and did rude stuff to it. And I don't know, man. I'm reevaluating my life right now. He says I should get laid more, but, wait a minute, I think he's looking at me.
Oh, you know what? Lynn
Yeah.
said, could be 42 followers soon if I could remember my Twitter password. And then Joanna says I might even consider starting to tweet. And Heather goes, woohoo. And no, what I did is I wrote my next door neighbor, and I says, I hope you're not hearing this. She hasn't answered me back, so.
The police are coming in. I actually, true story. Okay, because I'm a little, gregarious.
Oh, what just happened? Get out of there.
It beeped. What? You got a pop up?
No, never mind.
Never mind. So literally, I have had guns pulled on me for doing comedy. Literally, I was doing a Christmas song called Christmas Booty for a station in Texas, and it was like a specialty thing, and so I'm singing the song, and I'm making it in my little apartment, right? And there's this stuff called gang vocals, and gang vocals are when you have a bunch of people singing and it sounds like cheering, we are the champions, whatever. And so there's no one there, it's just me. So it's just me doing gang vocals by myself, which means I have to sing the same vocal over and over and over. Sing it, do a track, sing it, do a track. I got headphones on so no one can hear the music outside of the apartment. And I'm in one of the songs, it's about getting laid. Santa, get me laid for Christmas. And so I just want a chick that'll, and then the gang goes, get on her knees! Get on her knees! And so I sing that like 20 times, right? So, and then I stop. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to take a little break, rest the old boogie vocal cords here. And I'm like going, doing stuff in the kitchen. All of a sudden, the door just rattles, and I'm like, that's a cop knock right there. And all of a sudden, open the fucking door! And I'm like, who is it? It's the police! Open the fucking door right now! And I'm like, what do you want? Who do you have in there? I have no one in here. And I try to get them to put their ID in the thing because I don't know who, someone's coming at me. And they don't do that, by the way. If the cops are at your door, they're not going to stand in front of your keyhole so you can shoot through the door.
So that's all fake.
Yeah. So
that's just for movies.
Yeah, nobody, they won't do that, and they'll be mean about it. So I'm like, I peek my head out of my apartment, and they're in the hallway, fucking 9 cops with their guns drawn, all ready to charge in, and I'm like, what? They force in, get out of here. They grab me, handcuff me, slam me up against the wall, and I had a lot of drugs in the apartment too, by the way. I just scored, and so I'm like, fuck. And so apparently, as I'm there, and they're all, what do you got? Who do you got in there? And I remember, my uncle's a lawyer, so I'm like, you don't have permission to go in my house. And they're all, fuck you, yeah, we do. And they start tromping through. And I am really, really paranoid. I really don't like people walking in my apartment with shoes. But I thought at that time it might be better to just let it go. So I did. And they stormed in. And some of them were like, what are you doing? I'm singing a fucking Christmas song. A Christmas song. And they're like, and I go, look at the thing. And like, all of a sudden, as 20 seconds goes by, my apartment's not that big. So they're ripping through, the closets to look for, whatever. All of a sudden you hear, it's all clear. And like 2 or 3 of the cops start laughing. And the other 7 or whatever did not find it funny at all. And I'm like, I told you I'm singing a Christmas song. And it's, explain, the vocals. Apparently somebody thought I was raping someone to death. in the apartment telling them to get on her knees, and like
Lynn goes, applause.
yeah. So yeah, I had guns pointed at me for singing a dirty Christmas song. 'Cause I'm hardcore. That's my craft.
Are you a Christian?
That's what.
Oh, Lord.
No, not particularly. I used to be a Christian preacher a long time ago. For many years, I was a Christian preacher, and I evolved away from that.
Convert me.
Convert you to rational thought? I would love to convert you to rational thought. Rational thought is an amazing thing that says we don't need to follow magical fairy tale gods just because we're afraid of dying, or we need to not be lonely.
But
what?
But I believe.
You know what? That's wonderful that you believe. And what do you believe in, Mel? We can ask about what you believe in. No, people can have their
I believe
beliefs.
In 6'8" men with hair.
That's you know what? That's a better God than the one you're going to get up in heaven.
Heather
That's
goes,
for sure.
Heather in the chat room goes, oh dear.
Oh dear, yes.
Oh dear. Do you talk religion or politics? Oh
We're
dear.
going to talk religion. Well, I mean, I am an atheist activist now, and the only reason I say, because a lot of people say, well, why can't you just let people believe whatever they want to believe? And let's just say that we're taking out of it that people can believe whatever they want to believe, and they don't influence any laws based on their fairy tale friend who is telling them how these laws should be. Let's just take that out. Let's just pretend that's not how it's really going, which it is. 96%, I mean, I think it's even higher. There isn't a single politician that doesn't say, I believe in God or whatever. That means our entire country is being run by people who believe in imaginary characters that created the world in, a few days, which is dangerous. I think that's very dangerous. That's like saying everyone believes in Santa Claus and now you get to run a country. I find that very fearful. But let's just say that they weren't running the country and that people just have their own beliefs, okay? I know I'm soapboxing here, but fuck off. It's a show. The reason...
But everyone should have, you as an atheist should have the right to believe in what you believe in. Christians should have a right to believe in what they believe in.
Absolutely.
The Jews should have a right to believe in, and the Muslims and all of these people have the right to believe. And we have a right to have a cross if we want a cross in front of our house, or we have a right to have a sign that says I'm an atheist,
Sure.
I don't believe in God. And it's just, what I have a problem with all of it is that when our government comes in and tells us to take those things down, I think it's a violation of who we are. And I think we should respect all religions and all belief systems.
Here's my point.
Okay.
Here's the point I'll make on that, because that is exactly what people say. And the reason that we always have activists, whether you're a religious activist or an atheist activist, the reason I say it is important to do away with these beliefs in imaginary gods is urgency. Urgency. Because most of the people in this world believe that a deity created this earth in a very short amount of time,
Mm-hmm.
which means that there is now no urgency to fix the planet because we believe that some magical god is there and can fix it once we fuck it up. So the longer that we keep allowing and encouraging people to have these beliefs in these imaginary gods, the more that our natural resources are ripped away, the more pollution we have, the more that our forests are cut down, the more that our jungles are, because people really just don't have an urgency, because they're like, well, God will just fix it.
Well, they're chatting about this in the chat room, which is really interesting.
Good. Let's talk about it.
Guest 915 says there's no such thing as a benign false idea. And Ogre said, wait, are you saying that the FSM and the invisible pink unicorn are not real, or are the magical, or are there magical offsprings? And guess 915 says, well, no, those are totally real.
They are totally real. Well, here's the thing.
Are leprechauns real?
Leprechauns could be real. Harry Potter could be a prophecy. Jesus could have walked on water. These things are, are they theoretically, physically possible? We don't know. We're just this little fart of a being that's evolved mentally for 30, 40,000 years, and as primates, we've been around longer than that. So we don't know what is out there beyond what we have. The thing that I don't like doing is stopping.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's why I like science, because science is constantly proving itself wrong. So instead of just saying the world is flat, and we accept that the world is flat, and then we kill people who say the world isn't flat, which we did for a lot of years, we say, well, the world might be flat, and there's some anecdotal evidence, some hearsay that says that maybe it could be this. Let's investigate. Let's find out if unicorns are real. And if we don't see evidence for that, then let's not run a country based on the theory of unicorns or leprechauns.
But a lot of countries are run on religion.
Absolutely, and you see how great our planet is doing.
No, our planet is.
We're just yay team, 7.5 billion people.
Yeah, we totally.
Get a vasectomy, by the way. Did I mention that? Maybe I should just sing another song, because now I'm getting all...
No, this is interesting.
This is okay. Good.
This is they're talking, and Olga said science. Heather said, well, there went my belief system. Olga, why did you ruin that for me? And then Olga says, I ruin everything. And then Heather goes, rude. And Olga goes, yes. I like their little chatting in the chat room because it's informative. Science is always amending itself, not proving itself wrong. Yeah, I think science is always changing. I think one of the things that I have a hard time comprehending in religion and in spirit, because I'm a spiritual person.
Sure.
I'm not a religious person. I believe there's more than what we see.
Sure.
And there are experiences that I have had that I wonder, how these experiences happened. I think there's more to the spirituality than what we know about. And I mean, when you only use a certain portion of your brain, what is your brain really there for? What is the rest of it used for? And I think it's for spirituality, not I believe in one God. It's an energy.
Sure.
I believe the whole universe is an energy, and we compose all that energy together, as a conscious consciousness. And what's happening with our conscious consciousness right now in the world is we have become so politically correct. We have taken the joy out of living with our political correctness. I think that's wrong. We have lost all of our sense of humor. We can't say what we really feel because we'll be shunned by by all of our friends and shunned by people. And I think that we need to get out of each other's way. I think you believe in what you want to believe in. I believe in what I want to believe in, and I'm not going to bitch about you the way that what you believe in. I'm going to accept that as your belief system. I think that's a really important key. And I think that when people become, there are people that need religion because they've gone through a really hard thing with life, and that was their only savior.
Sure.
And it could be a Baha'i religion. It could be Thuggies from India. I mean, there's so many different types of religion.
Thuggies? Isn't that the little blanket you put around you? Oh, that's Snuggies. Sorry.
No, Thuggies was pretty much helping. Thuggies and the Sikhs were very responsible in helping to get England out of the control of India. Thuggies, they have a thing where they use a wire to cut people's throats. They're a very religious sect of India, and they're very powerful. And they're not the sitting back, I'm a Hindu. I don't want to kill an ant. I'll push it away with a broom. I mean, they're very violent. And they believe in their religion. And the Sikhs were also, they didn't have that same belief system as the Hindus, and they're responsible for the freedom. I know we had Gandhi, but they were the ones that were behind, like,
because they were just coming up behind fuckers with garrote wire and being like, oh look,
yeah,
everything's cool.
And a young man, his rite of passage was to use a wire on somebody. And these are really interesting.
I really don't support that activity unless it's like a child molester, then fuck him, kill him.
I don't know. I've been watching The Following. It is fucking freaking me out.
The Following?
Oh my God, Boogie. I gotta get off Netflix. No wonder I'm not getting laid.
The Following is a show, paranormal type of.
No.
People following people.
No, it's people following
Stalkers.
people, killing them. It's horrible. But one of the questions that I want to ask you, since we're talking about religion,
Sure.
how does religion impact BDSM in your opinion?
Well, it impacts it greatly from a neurobiological programming standpoint. From a programming standpoint, it really is the catalyst that people have to cross, because we're programmed with, most of us, myself included, was programmed with a lot of religious guilt and shame.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that you're bad, you know, you're going to go to hell, this is all bad. So there's a very big obstacle to get over, and that's why, you know, I teach orientation at Threshold, and you see people coming in, and they're like, should I be here? They have that look in their eyes, you know, not all of them, but some of them are just like, oh, I know it's bad to be here. And we spend a lot of time in our community to explain to people that this isn't something to feel guilt and shame about, as long as you're taking care of yourself and you're learning how to do things consensually, you're thinking through, you're loving yourself through these things. But the religious programming, I think, is more damaging to people than the actual belief system itself. It's just a lot of all the repressive religions that tell people they're bad. We have a lot of that. We have a lot of Reformed Catholics. I do a lot of blasphemy play, where I make piles out of Bibles, and then I spank people with them and make them shout horrible, blasphemous things. And at the end, it's very very, very cathartic, because all of a sudden they're like, there was no lightning bolt.
Mm-hmm.
There was no lightning bolt. And I'm like, yeah, that's because there's no God that really cares if you took a spanking with a paddle or not.
Well, Heather in the chat room, she says, unfortunately, it's nice to say that, but people of faith still make laws that influence people who don't. Yeah, it does, but you. And then she also had another question about divine energy. Make sure we'll ask you to what your definition of energy is. What do you think about that question? And then I will make a comment.
About which? The first?
The first one. Unfortunately, it's nice to say that, but people with faith still make laws that influence those.
Well, and that's absolutely, and that's why Neil deGrasse Tyson, who's just an awesome teacher, he's not claiming to be an atheist activist or anything. He's an astrophysicist, but he's really brilliant, and he puts an interesting statistic out there that the vast majority of people that are in politics all have like law degrees, business degrees, those types of things. We don't have a single fucking scientist running our country. They're not there. So all of the decisions that are being made are by people that say, I stand for God, and most of them don't give a shit. They're just saying it, so they can get elected. But you really don't have anybody in office that's really like, let's get away from this and let's go for evidence, let's go for rational thought, let's really see what we need, let's look at the bigger picture for our country. Because people are like, Jesus is coming soon, or Allah is coming soon, so do what you can, earth is just a testing ground, and then we get to go to heaven. Whereas if you had more scientists in office, we would be like, hey, in 100 years we're going to be fucked. We have to start doing stuff now. Everyone's like, I don't want to deal. We don't have to deal with that because we're working on earning our way to heaven and having kids and teaching them to earn their way to heaven. So I think it would be an amazing change if we had a little more balance to where there's people who are more science, rational, thought-based running the country as opposed to just people with faith.
Okay, let's talk about balance. Let's talk about how I would explain it. And this is only my opinion.
Sure.
Opinions,
I'll let you have your opinion even though I'm right. It's okay. Just totally go, I know you need to get laid.
Rev Mel's opinion is rather sucks. No. My opinion of religion is this. We started out in worshiping the sun. Sure. We went to idols. Then we went to figureheads like Jesus Christ and Muhammad. And then we have all the preachers. And I think that religion is given to us in our psyche in stages. And I think that we as a human race is evolving. Mm-hmm. And I think that, we're not evolving fast enough. Yes, like they said that there's no engineers and there's no scientists. Yes, but I think that we can get there.
Well, absolutely.
And I think that what we're taught by religion is morals and how to love other people, and that's something we should never lose.
Sure.
And that's what I get from my spirituality, is that peace inside of me. But I'm not, I don't worship any God.
Sure.
To me, it's the universe. It is all of us compressed together. But that's only my belief system. But I think that we're evolving as a human race. I mean, we've gone from the 1800s,
Mm-hmm.
To using a shovel, to dig graves, to technology.
Absolutely.
And we have changed so much. And I think that we have to weed out some of the crap. And you know what? I think we can't forget our voice. We can't have, the government contain our voice and shut us up. We need to have the freedom to have our belief system, to have our voice, to have our freedom of speech. Freedom of speech is so important. I think constitutions can be amended, but don't think constitutions should be changed.
Sure.
And our forefathers, they came from a repressive, religious, tyranny. And I think that was put in place for we can get to where we're going.
Absolutely.
We have to evolve.
I think there was two things that I heard you say, and I think in a lot of ways we're very much on the same page. I will say religion was the language that we used to explain how the universe works,
Mm-hmm.
because we didn't have test tubes and microscopes and telescopes
Mm-hmm.
and electron microscopes
Yeah.
and all sorts of different wonderful scientific
They had rocks.
equipment. We had rocks. So we saw something and we said, this looks like something, it must be this. And we didn't have an explanation for it, so our ego wanted to have an answer, because that's how our brain works. Our brain
Mm-hmm.
wants to figure stuff out, and so it can move on and then handle another task. So religion was really easy to be able to say, this does this, it must be God, it must be this.
Mm-hmm.
Science is now the new language. It's just a language. And it has come along and given more explanations for a lot of the things. We know the world isn't flat because we can see this and
Yeah.
that. We know that the things that a long time ago were thought of as magical and whatever, there is a scientific explanation for. Some of the visions people have, we have neuroscience now that says, oh, these parts of your brains are activated, you're more likely to have hallucination or an emotional cathartic experience because of this and this and this. So as we develop that development you're talking about...
And medicine has changed.
Absolutely. So as we start to show that there are answers for these things that people think are incredible and can only be from an intelligent designer or God, we can now say, well, that was the language we used to do, but we're all still trying to say the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So now we have this new language. What I'm excited about, I'm not going to be here for it, but what about 100,000 years from now, when all of a sudden there's a new language that replaces science and we get even more information? That's what I'm interested as a human being, encouraging a species to evolve. That's what my hope is for the next generations, is that we get to that deeper understanding of what is real, instead of just stopping with our ego and saying, well, I don't have an answer for it, so it must be God. So I have a problem with that. And we have a lot of fucking... Isaac Newton did that.
Yeah.
I forget. Unger, help me. You're supposed to know these things. Isaac Newton had something he was trying to figure out, and Isaac Newton, pretty smart guy.
Yeah.
Couldn't figure it out, and said, "Fuck, what was the experiment? It's killing me. I should know things before I open my fucking trap."
Newton, the apple falling down?
No, that was different. But basically, the scenario is that he couldn't figure it out. And so he said, this must be one of the mysteries of God. A number of years later, somebody came by and said, no, actually it's this way, and here, look, the math works out perfectly. Which is that's where the ego comes in, that it's, I can't figure it out, it must be God. When in fact, the excitement of being a human is saying, I don't know the answer for this, but Ray is really fucking smart. Maybe Ray can figure it out, and then I can promote that answer because it makes sense.
Gravity. Yeah, the apple. Gravity.
It was gravity. No, gravity.
Gravity was
He figured out. No, that was his big thing.
Yeah.
But was that the one that he couldn't figure out? There was one. Oh gosh. Never mind. I shouldn't talk about things that I don't have shit to back up.
Well, somebody go on the internet and find that question.
Find out the question.
Find-
Einstein had one of those too, but Einstein was so cool. Here's how cool Einstein
He was dyslexic.
Einstein was so cool. He set out to prove that the galaxy was stagnant and to prove how the gravity held the galaxies in place. And he kept coming back with the answer that no, it's not stagnant, it's actually expanding and at an accelerated rate. And it frustrated him because his point of view was he was trying to prove that it was stagnant and he couldn't. And so he said, fuck, I keep coming back with this. He called it his biggest failure and died thinking that that was his greatest failure. And then we found out, actually, Einstein, you're such a fucking genius. You thought you were wrong when you were actually right. The universe is expanding at an accelerated rate. You're a fucking dude, man. Fucking love Einstein.
Or it's been a long time since I taught. Blah.
Blah. Anyway, my idea is I would love to be able to allow people to believe whatever they want. Unfortunately, what most people choose to believe is fucking our planet in the ass at an accelerated rate. Since the start of the Industrial Revolution, and I know we're getting preachy, we should be talking about kink and stuff. Since the start of the...
This all goes with kink because kink has evolved.
That's right. That's a good attempt at tying in, but it was kind of weak. Since the start of the Industrial Revolution, no, you're awesome. I love you. I just talk shit. Since the start of the Industrial Revolution, about 150 years,
I love you, but you make me sick.
We have chopped down half of our forests, half of our great grasslands, our jungles. We've put massive pollution in the ocean. 96% of our game fish are like in danger or of being wiped out. All sorts of just heinous stuff in 150 years. The Earth has been around 4.5 billion years. It took 4.5 billion years to get pretty. It's taken humans 150. Now let's fuck the 4.5 billion years. Let's just say since the meteor hit the Yucatan Peninsula and wiped out the dinosaurs 65 million years ago, and it's taken 65 million years to get the Earth back where it's biodiversity and wonderful and pretty and whatever. It's only taken humans 150 years to kill almost half of that. Let's start putting people into our politics that say, hey, let's do the math.
I mean, libertarians.
We're growing at a rate of population that we don't have a lot of time left before we wipe out all the forests.
I think that we should pass condoms out to everybody. Every man should wear a condom.
Every man should get a fucking vasectomy. I had a vasectomy. I'll talk about it in another song.
I think we're due for it.
More people should get vasectomies. What do you think? Ray?
I'm all for it, yeah.
Are you going to have kids, Ray?
Absolutely not.
Thank you, Ray. Even if you're lying to me because I'm an aggressive asshole, I surely appreciate that. Or just have one. See, if China wasn't so goddamn hung up on boys, the program of having one kid would work.
Oh, they said in the chat room, knowledge is sexy. Keep on talking. I like that. One question. Define energy, because we can't...
Energy is great. There's been many great scientists that have explained energy. And energy is... This was one of the things that was horrible and dark. When I left Christianity, it was the darkest, ugliest time. I know why people will die to fight for their religion and keep their religion. Because having a religion and thinking you know the answers and thinking that you're okay with God and going to go to heaven and whatever, and going to all of a sudden nothing is an empty abyss that is the most empty, painful thing in the world. And if it wasn't for Discovery Channel, I would have killed myself. And my tree, my pet pine tree, which I told you about. If it wasn't for that...
Yeah, you were posting a lot about your pine tree.
Where we get into energy. Watching nature, and this is, you talked about morality and that we need religion for morality. Watch Discovery Channel. Watch Planet Earth was a great one. Watch the animals. You will see morality all over the animal kingdom. You'll see morality in the insect kingdom. You will see selflessness.
I'm sorry.
You will see... it's okay. You will see compassion. You will see sharing. You'll see a lot of sharing in nature among animals that are supposedly all, useless and going to hell. You will see morality everywhere. You will see lions. There's a female lion with a broken leg. You will see them sharing the kill with the female lion. That's morality. Because they see a purpose, she gets to stay back and watch while they hunt and do that. You'll see lions do that. You'll see dolphins grieve for we just had a video online where a dolphin was carrying its dead baby. You'll see all sorts of morality in nature. People saying that without God there is no morality, that is bullshit. Morality is just the emphasis that in order to get along as a society, we need to act a certain way with one another so that we can get along.
But it's a process. We do have a mind. We have a mind that we use. I mean, they're starting to do research on being able to listen to the brain waves of dogs,
Sure.
so dogs can actually talk.
Sure.
And it's really interesting to find out, what they really
Wait a minute.
feel. Oh no. No.
I didn't know that was going to happen.
Come here.
LB's just so relaxed.
What are you thinking? Scratch my ass? I could have some more kibbles. Maybe go for a walk. Maybe hump something.
Science shouldn't spend a lot of money on that because it's really not going to be a great conversation.
Well, I find anything with technology that's going to open up our knowledge base is
Absolutely.
worth
I'm
it.
just
And
kidding. It would be wonderful to know what dogs think.
And
Wasn't there just a movie about that? It was a cartoon.
I don't know.
It was a cartoon where they went to an island and they had collars. I just watched it with my little girl.
So you little? You have a little?
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what? Okay, little. Let's talk about that.
Are we back on energy yet?
Oh, I didn't give my views of energy.
Yeah, give your views. Yes, energy is eternal. Einstein showed a long time ago that energy never lies. So that was the chasm I got to cross.
We
That
never
once I
lose
saw
energy.
the morality, then I got into the science and the astrophysics, and it says, hey, energy is we're part of everything.
Yep.
So all of a sudden now this little teeny god that fucks with us on this earth and tells us not to masturbate or we go to hell, all of a sudden now that gets blown away, and I am now a part of everything. I don't have to worry about anything. Life is eternal. I'm going to be eternal. You're going to be eternal. We may not be collectively eternal, and where we're a floating apparition and we hang out with our fucking family. Who the fuck wants to do that? Oh, hey, look, here's my fucking creepy uncle that fucking looked at me weird and made me sit on his lap when I was a child. Yeah, let's have that guy fucking hanging out with me.
They're saying the dog is saying, please put me down.
Yeah,
the dog,
no,
and the dog says, and they're saying, poor dog.
Poor dog. But no, so energy is
I believe
forever.
that structured religion was there to control the masses and to give us a reason to feel guilty. But I think as an intelligent being, I find, because I think that we all are intelligent. And I think that's why we have to do our own research. We have to figure out what we believe in and not let one religion dictate to us. That's why, I'm a student of metaphysics. I believe in certain things, but it's the things that I have created inside of my mind, not being influenced by anybody else. I mean, spirituality, because I have seen things in spirituality that if I was to talk about them, they go, you're fucking nuts. And I mean, floating. I mean,
sure.
People's energy, talking to spirit guides. I mean, I'm not schizophrenic.
Sure.
And so and that's what makes me question. I think that we're evolving as a human race, but right now we're going through the muck and the shit of life.
I think,
and we are the destroyers of the planet. We are the destroyers of. Look at the amount of kids that are killing each other. Look at our inner cities. It's horrible to watch. I watch a lot of news because I was not informed. I was not informed what our government was doing, and I said, you know what? I need to really find my own answers. I think that's what evolving is finding your own answer. If being an atheist is for you, then that is the perfect place for you to be in, and that's your choice, and I respect that.
Sure. Well, here's where I stand a little bit on, you mentioned the word beliefs.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the only thing I say with beliefs. You say, well, with your metaphysical, it's floating and spirit guides and talking to things, and I'm not crazy and whatever. My point of view is that these are the things you perceive, and these are the things you say. I have this sensation or this out of body experience,
so I'm
or whatever.
creating my own reality.
No. It's not even that. You're definitely experiencing something.
Energy.
There is something you are experiencing. What my goal is, in what I preach, because I'm still a preacher, what I preach to people is to say, this is what I know and what it seems like at this time. This is but what really is it? What is that voice? What is that feeling of floating above your body? Is it actually floating above your body? How do we test that? How do we research that? How do we go deeper on that truth? Because every time we stand on a belief, that's the end of science.
Yeah. Well,
we say, I believe the world is flat, and then all of a sudden, nobody searches for any answers of that.
Well, during the Cold War, the Russians really researched kinetic energy. They researched this, psychic abilities. I mean, they did so much research. And, you don't hear anybody doing research on it anymore. I mean, I'm always checking to see, because when you have those experiences where you cannot explain it,
sure.
You
want an explanation.
And it scares the shit out of you. It's because people, I think that like when we're a child, I think we all possess that.
Sure.
Every human in the world possesses the ability to talk to spirit guides or to float out of their bodies, to do all these things. But I think that as a child, we're told we can't do that. That isn't real.
Well, here's my point of view is, as we say, this is what it seems like that we're talking to spirit guides. We don't have any definitive evidence that it's an actual spirit guide. We don't have any definitive evidence, collaborative evidence, that says there are spirit guides. Yeah. So, but there is something. So let's say that this spirit guide that we interpret as a spirit guide right now, maybe it's something deeper. Maybe it's something better. Maybe it's something more natural. Maybe something that we'll discover in an open MRI. Maybe something that there will be deeper answers, because science has always defeated faith, because science keeps looking for answers. And things that we thought, the world is flat, this is how the planets work, whatever, we have always found out better and better answers. But every time you say you believe in something, it stops the search, because you just say, well, this is what I believe, so that's what it is.
Well, it's really amazing. There's a man named Brian Wise. He's a psychiatrist, and he was doing past life regressions on people. And I mean, he wasn't doing past life regression. He was just putting people in a regressed state and took them back to their childhood. And he documented all of these people going into past lives. That was absolutely amazing.
Sure.
And what happened is, when they went into these past lives, their phobias stopped.
Sure.
And they were healing themselves, because they were facing themselves. I think science, medicine, religion, all of this stuff needs to join together. And I think we need answers.
Well, I think that's very important that you say that, but religion is the basis of science. Anecdotal evidence, which is, hey, we all saw this thing, what is, we say it's this. Science, that's the basis, because that's where you develop the question, what is that?
Yeah.
And so I think in a lot of senses, religion and science has met. And science has come along and said, well, a lot of people say they have these out-of-body experiences, or they're talking to their past lives, or they're talking about like this. So how do we test that? And then we have other research that goes further and further. Yeah. So I think very much so, these religions, and like I said, that early language of we think it must be this, is what spurs the discovery in science. And that's what I'm excited about, is that we keep saying, hey, I believe this, or I think that I'm pretty sure this is what it is, and I have some other people that have had similar experiences. Let's get in there and go deeper, because we always find out something better the more that we search.
Oh yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I was born Catholic, converted to Judaism, started on a journey in metaphysics. I mean, it has rocked my dogma, and I really believe that we need to change the dogma of what we think we are, and we need to go further. My biggest problem is when religious people and atheists stop each other from their journey. Say, you can't do this, you can't put a cross there because I'm an atheist and I don't agree with it, so you can't have it. I mean, I think that's wrong.
No, well, I think the issue a lot of times, and I don't stand up for atheists because most of us are very angry, bitter people, just like Christians are very angry, bitter people. I think the issue is when crosses go up in places that are funded by taxpayer money, because then you have to put up every religious symbol. You can't just put a cross up in that public setting. You better put an upside down pentagram for the Satanists. You better put up stuff for the Muslims and for the pagans and everything. You have to put everything, or we make it easier and say let's separate church and state, and that on government property you don't put any of these things. You can put them in front of your house.
They're stopping.
Put it in front of your house.
They are stopping this sort of thing everywhere. I mean, people are being told to take crosses off of their lawns. I mean, that you can't do. They're telling people to take American flags off their lawns. I mean, that is ridiculous.
I'm with you on that.
I mean, that is ridiculous. Remember, I'm from the 60s. We crucified the military when they came back. We crucified them. I am so ashamed. But I learned from that. I've learned that you don't crucify people for doing their job. You don't crucify them. You look at the government and you make sure it doesn't happen again. And you look at the people that you vote for. You make sure. And I don't believe in the media whatsoever. Don't believe in it. And I do my research. And I'm not very happy with our government. I'm not very happy with things that have gone on because I think they're trying to control everything about us. I'm an adult. You're an adult. You can make your own decisions whether you want to be an atheist or not. You can make your own decisions if you want to put a big sign all over your vehicle saying, I'm an atheist.
Sure.
I mean, plaster it. But when you have people stepping in and saying, you can't do this because it offends me, I think that's wrong. And I think that's why we're in this shit.
So we should talk about gays, homosexuals. We should be able to make jokes.
Should we? You know what? I'm a womp.
On stage, I'm telling you, there are things that I will say on stage because I'm on stage.
Yeah.
And that's fine. That's comedy.
Yeah.
That's what we do on stage. I'm not going to say those things.
No, because you'll be crucified.
Yeah.
My dad was a stand-up comedian, during the 50s and 60s, and he could say anything, and now we can't say anything. That offends me.
Well, we can, but just people have the right to use their First Amendment rights against us for saying things. And that's where it comes in. That's where I just say, because people get,
But freedom of speech is your First Amendment. You should be able to
I agree with that, but you also have to understand that goes on two sides. And now I'm playing the devil's advocate for the enemy.
Wait, this is a really interesting conversation.
Because what happens is you're telling people that they can't be pissed off when I say something unpolitically correct.
Well, they can be pissed off.
So if I say something about homosexuals, blacks, fat people, blah blah blah,
don't pick on fat people.
They have a right to protest.
Yeah.
They have a right to write the station and say we think this is horrible and we're going to boycott you. They have that right to protest. That's the other part of the First Amendment. That's the stuff that the soldiers died for too.
Yeah.
So I can
all have the right.
I can say that, and that's where I say, if you're on a show, you get a lot of that now. People are on a show, and then they make some racist or insensitive, homophobic, whatever comment, and then now they have to apologize for it.
Yep.
Which that's why I don't do TV. That's why I don't do those things, because I would say fuck you. That's how I fucking feel, and that's my opinion. And the show has the right to fire the guy from Duck Dynasty. Because that's a business.
But he did not. He was telling his belief, how he believed in God.
Sure.
I mean,
and how he did. Yeah, I understand. I think he's a douche. That's my fucking opinion. I fucking fuck him. I think he's a douche. I think he's a homophobic douche, racist douche. I don't care. Whatever. I don't know the guy. Fuck him.
Well,
but what I do know is that the company has every right to fire an employee for making the company look bad.
Okay, let me clarify something. We are in a lifestyle that we are acceptant of so many different things, from gay to lesbian to transgender to littles to dominance to we are open. We are open. We look at things differently. The rest of the world has not caught up to us yet. And they will.
In kink, but there's other people in the world that are open. And let me tell you, I've been in this lifestyle a long time, and you know damn well that there's a lot of intolerant people here as well, too.
I know there
and
is.
I'm one of them. So I'll be, and that's my character defect. That's a work in progress. But I think there's other groups of people as well. It's just there's a certain percentage of people that are tolerant, and then there's people that
want to control everything. And you know what? We don't need to be in the business of controlling everybody's lives, controlling everything that somebody says. And you know what? If you say something offensive to me about Jews, you know, I will not become offended because that's your right.
Because you're fucking Catholic. Hey, I came from Jews. You know, that's why you're not offended, you intolerant bastard.
No, I went to school and learned to become a Jew.
Hey, I was raised by wild Jews in the wilderness, man. I know Jew math. I will balance your budget like fucking that, man. My family, they're all New York Jew immigrants, you know, came on the boat, Statue of Liberty, that shit. I can balance.
What would your relatives that came and went to the Statue of Liberty, that came on the boat, what would they think of America right now? If they were still
My grandfather wouldn't give a shit as long as you put extra fat on his pastrami. I don't know what that was about. He died, you know, but it was, you know, fatty pastrami. He'd actually order it fatty.
Yeah.
He would say, my grandfather was a neat guy, but I'll tell you what, that guy must have ate more chef's spit than anybody I have ever known in my life. He sent back every goddamn thing you ever put on a plate in front of him. We would be finished eating, and he'd be like, I can't eat. And you just know, they're just like, fuck this guy. And he would ask for fat on things. This is too lean. Give me fatty. And once he sent it back 3 times, and finally on the third time, the chef got so pissed off, he actually cut off a corner of fat and put it on top of the food. Poppy was awesome.
What was his name?
Poppy. That was my Poppy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Henry Sachs. He was a good guy.
Wow.
He was a little crotchety, but he was funny. So I don't know. I mean,
well,
everyone who's old is going to bitch about what's new, because that's what we do. We get old and we get comfortable. A lot of people don't like change. We're sheep. And so we get comfortable in a way, and we finally hit some sort of little groove, and we say, oh gosh, just fucking leave it like this because I don't want to challenge myself and go anywhere. I do this all the time.
Do we have the same problem in the BDSM community?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, because that's opening up to new groups, you know, and you remember very much when no female dominants were allowed, you know, or it was just frowned upon in a lot of the communities, and how
it's gone back to that.
I think I mean,
it's gone back to that.
Depending on the group, but I mean, I know at least at the dungeon I go to, there's a lot of female dominants, and they do pretty well. But in general, yeah. I think people get scared of change, and so everyone that's stuck somewhere.
Well, I'm there, and I'm going to stay because you know what? I'm a bad motherfucker.
That's
no
right.
one's kicking me out of my home.
That's right. God damn it! Why did we get all deep? We just spent like 30 minutes in like intensity and depthness. There's probably nobody fucking watching.
Oh no, they're watching. Are you guys enjoying the show? Please. They're talking.
I came here to do like crazy shit and like. We started with the dog and the pig nose and fisting, and now I'm like getting all, gosh, I feel like creepy. This isn't me. I'm just
Here, let me heal you.
No. And I don't even feel like, where's the segue to go into a song now? Like, I just came to do some comedy, sing some fucked up songs, and now we're like the world and earth and religion. And
well, you said you were an atheist, and I just wanted to tackle that and find out more information.
Well,
because I'm curious, you know. I'm
just
curious.
don't believe anything.
So does...
No, we're not going back. We're not going back.
Subspace. Let's talk about subspace. So when a sub goes into subspace, you know, where do they go? Do they go to atheist heaven or God heaven or Muslim heaven or...
Actually, their brain just releases dopamine and norepinephrine, and they get high.
Question, chat room.
Thank you.
How do you feel about switches?
Switches are amazing because switches... Okay, I have a couple opinions about switches. First off, switches are awesome because they get to experience everything. They enjoy going from one role to another role, and they can enjoy both. I think switches have a little more insight than people who are one side or the other, because they get to experience both, so maybe they can relate a little bit more about both. Whereas I, as just a straight top, I have to do a lot more communicating, to understand what my bottom is going through. So I have to really put in a lot more effort to really understand. So I don't think it's a liability to only be a top, because you have a lot of snobby people that are like, oh, unless you bottom, you'll never be a good top or whatever. I say suck my fucking dick, because if you are a good communicator, then there's a lot of things that you can do in life without having to actually physically do them.
Oh, they said they may be stingy.
Do they have what, switches?
Ogre?
I don't know about I don't know about that because I'm not a switch. I know many switches that are amazing people. Here's one thing I will say though, and this is just I'm throwing out a theory. This isn't a soapbox. It's just a theory. And I do this because I'm kind of a producer, orchestra leader, kind of thing. I'm jack of all trades. I do a lot of little things.
Jack of all trades.
And jack my own cock. What that does limit me in when you do a number of things is I don't have the ability to go to a virtuosity level with any one thing because I do many things. So there's certain switches I know that go deeper into their top and bottom space than most tops and bottoms because they're seekers. And they spend that energy. And a lot of tops or bottoms, they just learn some basic stuff, and then they kind of just progress with that. So I'm not saying that as an absolute rule, but I am saying that it is interesting that certain people, if you go one way or the other, you may learn some more things. Like if you're only dominant and you just, that's your life, you're dedicated, you educate yourself, you may learn some deeper stuff about dominance. But I don't think it's anything noticeable, because I think anyone who's active in education is going to find out what they need to find out and be a great top and bottom.
Yeah, I agree with you. One of the questions that I want to ask you, in the years that from when you started BDSM to now, what have you learned?
I've learned that I'm dumber than I thought I was.
Dumber?
Absolutely. In the lifestyle, I've never felt stupider.
Really?
Yeah. I come off like a self-righteous prick just because I'm an aggressive person. But we all know that you show me some evidence that says I'm full of shit, and I'll go, fuck you for listening to me. That makes you a sucker. I know that I'm going to be wrong about stuff because I've been wrong about a lot of stuff.
But isn't that a learning curve?
Well, absolutely. If you aren't aware of the fact that you are stupid, then you know that you haven't learned anything. So I really, coming to this lifestyle, I've never met more scientists, doctors, professional medical people, people with degrees, masters, stuff like that. I mean, my bullshit I was really convincing for decades to the people that I was surrounded myself with. And then I came into this lifestyle and I started spouting off all my blah, 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 and people are all, well, actually, here's some facts, and you're an idiot. So I've really, I've been humbled quite a bit, which I know doesn't make any sense.
What caused you to be humble?
Just the understanding that even though I'm very passionate about a lot of things, that I still have a lot of stuff to learn. I heard people say that at 5 years in this lifestyle, they thought they knew everything, and then they had to learn, that they didn't know everything and go through that phase. I've been 5-6 years full-time in this lifestyle, and I just feel like I don't know shit.
That means that you have evolved. Because what happens is when you first get in the lifestyle, you want to learn, you go to classes, and then you get this attitude, I know everything, and then all of a sudden it hits you between the eyes that you know shit. And that's when you really start to change, and that's where you really start to grow.
Sure.
This is a good place because being humble, and you've had a lot of experiences lately that has also put you into a humbling situation. I mean, you have not had an easy time.
No.
You've had a very rough time. Your life hasn't been easy on you. And, you still have the ability to entertain, to laugh, to see the positive things in people, to find the joy. I mean, you've been through hell and back.
For LA hell and back.
Yeah.
There's people in Haiti right now that they've been through much heller.
Oh, I agree.
Their hell is a little bit more than,
I agree with
than
you.
here. I live in a motorhome. That's like a kingdom to some people.
Hey,
in
the
world.
last 2 years, I would have loved to have a motorhome. I should have came and lived with you.
You would have got laid a lot more. That's for damn sure.
And I can't get pregnant, so
That's right.
you can come inside.
Can I? That's dirty.
You dirty bastard.
Nice. Now we're getting fidgety with Rev Mel. What were we talking about?
I
We
don't
started
know.
talking about penetrating you, and it just all
It's just all-
kind of went south.
I think that we should do a song.
Thank fucking God.
Because we've only...
See God. See, I made a reference to God.
Ray, what time is it on the computer? I can't see this.
9:38.
Yeah, we've got... It's
9:38. We've done
an hour and a half.
hour and a half. Jesus Christ.
Give me a sweet song.
You want a sweet song? All right, this is a song about being yourself. Did you ever see Dune? Remember the movie
Yes,
Dune?
I love Dune.
Was it Dune? Okay, this song has nothing to do with that.
Did you like the remake of Dune?
No, I'm not going to see that. But anyway, if you saw Dune, there's a part of the movie that this will remind you of, and I just figured I'd add it into the song because it just makes it work. This song is called Random. Okay, ready? If I fuck it up, just make fun of me. I can be free. I can be a llama. Llamas all have curly dicks and spit on you when you bring up your drama. I can be me and not give a damn. I can tuck my penis in between my legs and pretend I'm a woman. Morals and etiquette, fuck it, I've had them. Life's much more fun when you do something random. Chains of propriety scream for removal. Don't live my life for your bullshit approval. The Weirden Way. I see the world. I can poop up on a mountain. I can scream the bees are in my ass and jump into a public fountain. I can be God and make my own religion. I can paint a mural of a chick fucking a donkey in my kitchen. I can. Morals and etiquette, fuck it, I've had them. Life's much more fun when you do something random. Chains of propriety scream for removal. I won't live my life for your bullshit approval. Eat like a Viking in a restaurant, have kinky sex in public places, wear a bikini to a funeral, and make odd contorted faces. Wear a shirt made out of bacon, dye your pubic hair blue. I swear your life will suck much less if you change your point of view. The Weirded Way. Broaden your scope and expand your brain. Maybe watch two chickens fuck a toaster and see if you're entertained. Sex isn't war or a battle of wits. I ate your pussy fair as fair, now why won't you let me come on your tits? Why, Mel? Morals and etiquette, fuck it, I've had them. Life's much more fun when you do something random. Chains of propriety scream for removal. I won't live my life for your bullshit approval. Atheism!
They asked if you sing at weddings. My brother is getting married at Disneyland in 2 months. This would be perfect. My daughter's also getting married.
I'll sing. Fuck it. Fuck it. Just, it's gonna be bad.
Yeah.
shit's gonna go bad.
Yeah.
Because I worry about that, because I advertise for gigs now and Gig Salad and stuff like that, and I'm like, I just know I'm gonna be the butt of a joke, and someone's just gonna hire me to shock people.
I could hire you for my daughter's wedding as a gift, as a surprise, and you could create a song called Eric and Babette. Eric, why did you wait 12 years to marry this bitch?
Or, no, I'm not gonna write people's wedding songs.
Oh, come on, it could be a new business.
No, it can't. It can't. It's not gonna be a business. I'm just gonna sing more songs. This is a song I wrote to my penis.
Neighbor.
You said the last half hour I just get to sing, so we've talked about enough bullshit here. Because there's nobody online anymore, is there?
No, they're still in the chat room.
They're still in the chat. Okay, well then.
You have not lost people.
All right, you want to hear the Limp Dick song?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's sing that. The what?
Bisectomy song.
That'll be next. Limp Dick, you curse me right in front of willing pussy. Limp Dick, why you breaking my heart down? It's just horrible. I cannot fake a raging boner, 'cause it's not like this chick won't notice. Here we go again, another awkward situation. It's horrible, Mel. Let me tell you something. It gets worse every time because I'm expecting it to happen again. It's not like a woman's vag ever slams shut, so I'm afraid she won't understand. But one day a very wise woman promised me she wouldn't judge me if I wanted to talk. And you know what? I felt a lot better. And then we looked down, and there was a hot cock. Okay, guys, listen up. Booze and stress, obesity, all increase your odds of having gimpy ween. It's time to make some changes, Limp Dick. We're gonna work it out. I love you, Limp Dick. It's okay. We're gonna work it out. We're gonna work it out. I love you, Limp Dick. Limp Dick, it happens.
I'm writing my next door neighbor, and I'm saying to her,
Please
please
don't call the police.
Please.
I've already had enough guns pointed at me for singing in apartments.
I wrote, I hope you're not hearing this. I'm so sorry about the loud, crazy song. He's a comedian. Sorry.
She's like, really? She's like, they're curled in a corner. Why won't it stop?
She has a little boy, so I'm like,
Well, you didn't fucking tell me. Well, kids gotta learn sometime.
I'm a bad mother.
Yeah, by the way, if you have a limp dick, talk about it. You know, it's a lot of times it's stress.
Heather's laughing.
What?
Heather's laughing. Yeah, I break all the rules.
That's right.
But nobody can complain to the manager.
That's right. Sexy bitch. Cheers.
Cheers.
Have we found you dick yet?
Nope.
All right. Do you want to hear the Deadbeat Dad song?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, this is the Deadbeat Dad song. Okay, oh, you guys have a part. Ray, Mel, this is your part. And kick you in the junk.
Okay.
Just remember that. You'll know when it comes up, and I'll kind of cue you, and you guys got to go, sing it with me. Because it's, we got to have some audience participation.
Heather sits under a fruit basket.
I will. Shit. Okay, here we go. making your dick spurt, spurt, that ought to do it. Making babies, ain't nothing to it. Come back in 9 months and take all the credit. Give the kid a fucking name and then fucking forget it. Deadbeat dad, you never feel bad. Your baby's growing up all fucked up and mad. You think you're a man, but you ain't nothing but a punk. Gonna tie you down and let a camel kick you in the junk. That's it. Kick you in the junk. A camel kick in the junk, yeah. So, please explain your logic, because it fascinates me how you think being a worthless piece of shit somehow increases your masculinity. You're bragging to all your friends, but nobody's impressed, because if you neglect your kids, you're not a man, you're just a little fucking bitch. Deadbeat dad, you never feel bad. Your baby's growing up all fucked up and mad. You think you're a man, but you ain't nothing but a punk. Gonna tie you down and let an astronaut fall from space and kick you in the junk. Of course not. Deadbeat dad, you fuck society, because the kids you leave are now our mess. Much distress if you did this because your dad did this to you. Then you're a double douche, because you knew how it felt, but you did it anyway. You suck. We got one more verse. Okay, ladies, check this out. So, ladies, listen up, because these fucking guys exist. Just because someone tells you they love you doesn't mean they're going to stick around to raise the kids. If you want to ride the cock, you better take some responsibility, be more selective who you breed with, or only fuck guys who've had vasectomies. Like me. See, I just wrote this song to get laid. I probably shouldn't have said that out loud, huh?
Oh, that's okay. I'm just...
Deadbeat dad, you never feel bad. Your baby's growing up all fucked up and mad. You think you're a man, but you ain't nothing but a man. Gonna tie you down and let a women's rugby team, big ending, kick you in the junk. Deadbeat dad, you never feel bad. Kick you in the junk.
You are a hoot. A hoot. They're laughing.
How much time do we have?
Well, it's 10 of 10, so you decide.
It's 10 after 10?
10 of 10.
Oh, we got 10 minutes, but we'll just let's talk. I want to ask
Why?
you
What are you going to ask me? The kid, ask them. Do you want to hear me sing more or talk more about fucking religion and bullshit? What do you guys want? I'm here for you. Okay. I'm here for Mel because I love Mel, but I'm here for you. I want to get her
in the chat room. What do you guys want?
What do you guys want?
Do you want philosophy by Count Boogie, or you want a song? I mean, you either.
I told you nobody's watching.
Yeah, they are. You gotta type it in. No, they're watching.
You get into another philosophical discussion. You're going to go for another half.
No, we're not.
No, we're not.
No, we're not. God damn it.
Well, the reason why, because I wanted to ask you a BDSM question.
Okay, ask me a BDSM question.
Where do you see it going? Oh, they say sing.
Thank you.
Okay, Heather.
She's such a good girl.
And Ogre says religion and bullshit.
Religion and
It's a
bullshit.
split.
Okay, fine. Then I'll sing a song that mentions religion and bullshit, and it'll be my last song.
Wasn't there a request earlier?
Huh? There was. I sang the fisting song. Okay.
And also the bisexual song.
This song is called Cake and Circus, and it wraps up pretty much everything that we've said. You ready? You ready? Are you ready? I don't know how the song goes. That's it. Can you help me find a cure for all the stupid people? This shit is quite insane. Like a virus, they keep on breeding little stupid people with retard DNA. Cake and circus hypnotize. hypnotizes suckers by the toys and lies. Keep collecting douchebags that just help us jack our own erections. Ow, bitches. Can you help me find a cure for all the stupid people? They pray to fairy tale gods. They say the Lord loves all the little children, while kids are dying everywhere. That logic is flawed. Cake and circus hypnotizes suckers by the toys and lies. Keep electing douchebags that just help us check our sucker bitch erections. I'm not a sucker. I'm not a sucker for commercials that show some big titty girl that's never gonna fuck me anyway. I'm not a sucker. You can make it flowered scented, but it's still just a pile of shit. Stop making fat babies, taking meds, blaming the government. Stop being a fucking sheep. Go wild, learn some new shit. Stop thumb raping your phone. Look up, have a conversation, and maybe snort some fucking fiber because your brains are constipated. Can you help me find a cure for all the stupid people? This will not fix itself. Stop giving blowjobs to crooks and creatures who use you like a dollar hooker, and learn to think for yourselves. Please. Cake and circus hypnotizes suckers by the toys and lies. Keep electing douchebags that just help us jack our own erections. I'm not a sucker. I'm not a sucker. Ray, I'm not a sucker. Now you, I'm not a sucker. Do it with me. I'm not a sucker. I'm not a sucker. Could you have a little more fucking energy? Jesus Christ, you're never going to get dick like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not a sucker. I'm not a sucker. Now you're on. I'm not a sucker. I'm not a sucker. Yeah.
What is all the Reynolds wrap on your guitar?
I can't take this to the airport. The TSA would smash the shit out of it because it looks like a bomb. It's a grounding issue. For the amp, when you plug it in, it hums. So you have to touch metal, and so I have to touch the strings or the thing. So if I have my arm on it, then that's copper tape, and it actually goes through the wires attached to the pickups, and it fixes the ground. That's some bullshit I made up to fix something because I don't really know how to fix it. So I just did what it looks. That's it. Thank you very much for having me on the show tonight, Mel. CountBoogie.com. Really, there's more.
Well, we have what? How many minutes?
5 minutes, 4 minutes.
5 minutes, 4 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you want to do in that 4 minutes?
Maybe we could get lucky.
Gosh, you know. I thought that was going to ride us right out into the turning the thing off thing. This is anticlimactic. I'm going to show my penis.
No, we'll get kicked off. No.
Just what? I mean, look,
No.
it's not that big.
No,
They won't even know. Wait. Look, you do it like this, and then it's really the thumb.
Oh.
See? Huh? Oh, that's my cock. Yeah.
Okay. No.
I'm whipping out my cock. It's
Boogie?
see, it's my thumb. It's my thumb.
All right. Don't you? Well, remember when we were at the studio? We were at the studio and we decided to go on yeast. We decided to go.
We on yeast?
No, we decided to go on.
Isn't that something you should get fixed? Monostat 7 or something like that?
No, we decided to go on a different place to broadcast.
Right.
And because the girl took her top off, within seconds they kicked me off.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So that was just a joke.
You don't have to talk to the imaginary fucking YouTube people. I didn't show my dick. They don't care.
So they love that song, that last song.
Cake and Circus. Cake and Circus.
That is an awesome song.
It's a good song. It really wraps up who I am. And
your voice is amazing.
Thank you.
It really is.
That's all those years at radio. Eating pussy helps your voice. Gentlemen, you can ask. Ask Heather. Ask Heather. She's like, talk all you want. Just do it down there.
Is Heather your squeeze?
Maybe.
Is she your little?
Maybe. No. No, I don't know.
What did you get out of? Okay, you guys aren't here.
You only got 3 minutes. You
I know.
can't have this
Yeah,
conversation now. But all I know is
Really
it's
short.
just fucking awesome.
Really short one. We can have a really short. What do you get out of being a daddy?
Oh man.
Just see, like this.
When you have, there's a million dads because there's 3 types. How much time do we have?
We have enough time.
Okay.
Honey,
There's.
You gotta understand something. We have no time limit. This
Oh.
is TSR Network, remember?
Oh, we can just keep going?
We can do, yeah.
Then fuck this shit. Okay, there's 3 types of daddy.
Yes.
There's daddy, the you've been bad, you get a spanking. That daddy. Then there's the daddy that's like the, oh, cuddle, we're going to just color, and, oh, I'm going to make that safe space for you to color and just, let go, and it's very sweet, and play with Play-Doh and stuff. And then there's the 3rd type, which is fucking daddy. That's the fucking daddy right there. That's when I fucking bend you over and I say, "Who's your fucking daddy?" And I fucking slide my cock in there. And
so that's a different kind.
That's a different. Those are the 3 types of daddies.
Okay.
So.
I thought daddies didn't have sex with their women.
Well, that's one type of daddy. Then there's the other type of daddy that's disciplinarian, and then I just explained this. You just weren't paying attention. Maybe you should pick up your phone and text more people. I am a dick. It's true. I'm an attention whore, and she wasn't paying attention for me.
I was texting my next door neighbor.
To apologize for your horrible guest. I understand. I'm not really hurt by that. But no.
I love my guests.
No, the.
In fact, I control who I am. At any moment, I could have said no. You can't do that.
That's right.
But
you could have.
I allowed it.
And I would have farted on your dog and walked out.
One's still sitting here.
Just notice it's sitting over there. Is that pig nose over there? Yeah, it's pig nose.
Come here, baby.
Anyway, so no, what I get out of being a daddy is all 3 of those things because I flow between all 3. There's the time where I just want to be the protector.
Yeah.
There's the time where I want to.
That's rad, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's dope.
Am I supposed to stop talking now? Is that like a shut the fuck up cue? Because I don't pick those up very well.
I'm just teasing you.
So when I pick up the retarded-looking sorta dog and hold it in my lap, that's the time to shut the F up.
Okay.
What's up, you sorta dog?
Here.
Why does that dog look retarded?
Oh, she's laughing.
No, she looks retarded with the pig nose. Yeah, that's it. There you go. Yeah, by all means, puke. Puke on mama's boobs. That's hot. It's hot. That dog could probably use a little walk around the block there. It's a little meatloafy.
Yeah, the doctor.
And why is it all bug-eyed, looking like E.T. and shit? What the fuck is that?
It's an apple dog.
Apple?
It's an apple chihuahua. That's what they look like.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can't show my thumb dick, but she can have bestiality over here with the fucking dog. Yeah, that's great. That's just great. Did you turn off the mic, or is my foot tapping it?
No, it's on.
Okay, good. What were we talking about? Are we wrapping up? Are people sick of us yet? About being a daddy? No, it's great. I get there's so many because there's the different personalities of it. I mean, you get something out of everything. And I'm a daddy to everyone. I mean, everyone knows that. I nurture people, and I want everyone to be the best they can be, and to keep asking questions and searching themselves. But when it's with when you have a certain person that's a little bit special, like I have right now.
So who nurtures you?
I am nurtured by nurturing.
So, but who nurtures you?
When somebody makes you feel like a daddy, and they give you that little bit of vulnerability that they wouldn't necessarily give out, and they say something real sweet to you, or they send you a sweet text, then that just hits a spot in you that melts the cold hard heart, and all of a sudden you realize that you're alive. So I get a lot out of it. I'm
So where do you see yourself in 5 years?
dead like a motherfucker.
Not really. Where do you see yourself besides being dead like a motherfucker?
Hopefully not living in a motorhome outside of a BDSM dungeon. I'm getting a little old on that right now. I would just like to start playing. It just says 10. It doesn't even have a number on it.
My tenant next door said, "No problem. Wishing I could hear the whole thing."
No, you are wrong. You don't.
That was adorable. I really was texting her.
Okay, I believe you. I believe you. You know, it's just like, oh, it's okay.
I was listening to. Would you like to do another song before we taping.
Well, no, that was that last one. I'm real big. Like I'm all kicking myself because we went for 45 minutes into like the deep stuff, even though it's interesting or stuff like that.
Well, we've had everything on the show tonight. We've had comedy in the beginning, then we had the deep stuff, and then we had the music.
And now we have retard ET looking burn victim. Why is the head so flat?
It's an apple.
It's
Chihuahua.
not an it's.
That's what they're called. Apple chihuahuas.
No. I've seen those before. I mean, but look at the mouth. It's like pit bull.
She's had a rough life.
Yeah, it sure looks like it. You little.
She was
you pot-bellied motherfucker.
She was a rescue dog, and so was the other one. My daughter. You know.
Oh! Did you just see the smug look that dog just gave me? Because it knew that we just hit a politically correct moment, and it's like, I'm a rescue dog, and you're making fun of me. You look like a complete asshole right now.
You should.
Fuck you too. I'm a rescue too, motherfucker.
I know you're gonna write a song saying, "I'm a rescue dog."
I'm a rescue dog. You aren't a dog. You're not even a real dog. You aren't a dog if you're in danger of being eaten by a fucking cat. You ain't a dog.
Heather said, "Hey, back off the dog."
Whatever.
Right, Heather. Look at this little.
Oh,
look at this adorable.
Someone needs to be studying. That's all I know, because we've been here for 2 hours, and I've seen that Heather person in this room for 2 hours, and someone needs to be studying. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but you're magical. You're on the air.
No. She can have magical all the time.
So, any advice to someone that has just gotten into the lifestyle?
Yes, avoid me, because I'm a fucking predator, and I will stick fingers in your orifices. What?
You are not a predator.
Oh, I am a predator.
Oh, bullshit.
Fuck you.
I've known you for a long time.
I am a predator. I'm an honest predator.
You're trying to look like a bad mother.
No. I'm an honest predator. I will tell you. I am going to molest and violate you. Except the dog doesn't look very excited about it.
So where are you performing? I mean, are you going to any of the comedy clubs? Are you?
You know what I'm trying? I'm trying to get on DomCon. I think that would be fun. I don't think they're going to take me because of whatever, but
Did you send them a tape?
yeah, I sent them a thing. Well, I don't know.
I don't think they've made their choices yet.
I don't know. I sent it to them. They said they're looking for presenters, and then they emailed me back, and they said, one of them they knew the fisting song, and they're I like that, and I think
it would be great for.
I think it's Mistress Melissa that's doing the stage stuff, but I don't know. But I know her. She's fucking phenomenal. She is the best person in the whole world,
and
who would be so much benefited by booking me, so I could play.
Awesome on the
little side stage,
the meet and greet evening where they have all the alcohol and the food.
I didn't even think about that. I don't care. I just think it'd be fun to play for perverts. I like playing kinky events.
Have you gone to Sanctuary and gotten on the stage and performed?
Not comedy. I haven't been to the Sanctuary. Since it's Sanctuary.
You know what?
Hook me up. Give me some gigs. God damn it.
I will.
Hook me up.
I will.
I'll go. Yeah. I'll show up with that guitar. You're gonna pretty much hear this. I won't be talking about the philosophy though. The philosophy.
It was just a filler.
Yeah. It was a lot of filler.
Well, it was the atheist thing sparked it, and I just wanted to know more about your views because I respect your fucking views. I mean, God damn it,
God damn it, you're my bro.
You're just dope, man.
You're my bro.
I'm learning how to say dope. Just dope. Did you see the new marijuana commercial?
I wouldn't say dope because dope's kind of that's like 7 years ago. 7 years ago, maybe. When you said things were dope, it's like 7 years. He's like, what are you, like 20?
You can't.
How old is Ray?
I don't know.
Ray, how old are you? You must be 25 because there's no way you would be upset someone asking your age unless you were young. When you're older and someone says you look young, you say your age.
People are going to start emailing me saying, we want to see a picture of Ray. We want to see Ray.
Well, they should. He's a handsome guy. He's a nice guy. He puts up with this shit.
He's cute.
He deserves the attention.
He's nice, has good shoulders. He's smart, and he giggles.
Ray, are you kinky?
Intermittently, I'm not as well versed as most of the people I meet here. So.
No, that's not. That's so. Hey, whatever you're at is what you're at. I'm just saying if you're interested in that kind of stuff, because everything's just experience. You'll learn if you're kinky and you have desires. Whatever you do, that's your kink, and that's okay. And you'll learn the other shit. As time goes on.
Yeah, when I was at Serene's place, and he was there for a gathering. And I gave him my business card, and he called me and asked me, if I'd be interested in having him come and
learn the stuff.
Yeah, and see how relaxed this is? I mean, isn't this awesome?
I love it.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
Yeah. So one of the questions I want, you've done something that no one has really done. You started all of this, was the black light neon stuff.
Oh, I didn't start that. I do that here.
BDSM.
Huh?
You started it in BDSM.
No. They've
Before
been
you?
doing. Look,
I
the
never
black
saw
light
that.
stuff. My first pair of black light floggers that I got were from Florida, because in Miami that's real big.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, in the gay community they do a lot of raves, black light stuff, and then the kink community and stuff like that. They do a lot of that stuff out there. And there's people that have black light parties. I mean, I may have brought it to our local community. We haven't done it really much, but no, it's nothing new. But it just looks amazing. It's just really a lot of fun.
But didn't you have a room that you made all
Everything black lights?
Black light,
the whole room was done in black lights, and then you put out highlighters in the bubble mix that blows the black light bubbles, and then everyone just paints each other and dances around. And then we start getting kinky and whatever. And it definitely is a nice change of pace from a normal dungeon night. Not that it's not fun every night, but it's just neat to have a visual thing.
I wish we could figure out how to do it live, so we could get the.
That's going to be, someone's going to need to fiddle with the camera. You can do it.
Yeah.
I mean, you can make it look interesting and then draw and do a blacklight show.
But
you're
gonna
gonna
the big camera out.
Yeah, you're gonna have to have someone that understands because that's UV lighting and weird.
Yeah. Jenna said in the chat room, "Show us Ray." No, you're gonna have to come back. You're gonna have to watch the show, and maybe one day we'll get him up here.
Soon.
And I don't know if he's a submissive or a bottom or a top or whatever, but.
What's your orientation, Ray? You just checking out? You don't know?
Yeah, I don't know.
He's curious.
Do you like getting tied up and spanked? Do you like doing it too?
I haven't had that much that experience yet.
Taking a fist up your ass yet?
No.
No. Okay. Well, hey, Miss D. She always says at this time. Miss Diana, she's fiery old broad.
Milking would be good for you.
Milking, prostate milking. See, I'm not into it, but that's where.
But once you go milking, you don't go back. You'd love it. It's having and then pressing, and then you press the top of it, and you do that with it, and you rub the prostate, and it goes like this, and it's really awesome. And then all your pre-cum comes out. It's pretty cool. You'd love it. You should do a song about.
All of a sudden, I now relate to the dog. Look at the dog just staring me at the eye, going, "I just want to see your disgusted, weirded out face." Freaking E.T. bug-eyed motherfucker.
So
halibut-looking dog.
Anybody in the chat room have questions that you'd like to get out to us? And if you've been
Are we not ending soon?
Yeah, we will. We will in a second.
I thought we would end after the song, and there's a kind of big ending. So what do we do for a big ending? We're just kind of just go until we crash.
I think this should be called Rev Mel living room.
That Yeah,
just like.
We just go until everyone gets up and leave, like a bad Andy Kaufman.
And they're not leaving. What's wrong with you people?
I'm leaving. I've had a lot of fun with you guys tonight. I've had a lot of fun with Mel. This has been great. And there's my thumb dick. Just one more time for you. It's not my real dick. It's a thumb dick. You want to
start the show?
You want to put it on the dog? There's the dog.
Well, I want to thank you all for watching the Rev Mel show on TSR Network. It's where real people talk about real sex. It's where we are changing the world one vanilla at a time. And we want to thank you guys.
CountBoogie.com. CountBoogie.com.
Yes, go to CountBoogie.com and go to, what's your Twitter? Count Boogie?
I don't know, whatever the Twitter, Count Boogie.
Yeah, go to Count Boogie.
Pet Life, Count Boogie.
Thank you guys for watching the show. I really enjoyed it. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Do we have to do this like for 30 seconds now until it shuts off?
Oh, no, he's going to put something on the screen, and then he's going to end it.
Tell us when we're out.
Now.
Ooh, the show is over. Rev Mel needs to go and masturbate. Ow. We'd like to thank some groovy people. So watch their names on the screen and go tell them that they're great. Yow! Ooh, boo-doo, bow wow. Rev Mel is a kooky, nutty gal. I love her. Ooh, the show is over, but we'll be back. So, like, look around the side or something.